Bitcoin ETF approval. We explore the real reasons why this one event is a game changer for Bitcoin's price and ultimately financial freedom. Surprise! Bitcoin, the digital gold of the 21st century, has catapulted into the top 10 largest assets in the world, surpassing Facebook Meta and the Warren Buffett-led conglomerate Berkshire Hathaway. Yet, despite its meteoric rise, it is still in its early adoption stage because regulatory restrictions have kept institutions and companies at arm's length. But hold on to your hats because that's about to change. Imagine a world where Bitcoin becomes as commonplace in investment portfolios as stocks, bonds, or real estate. A world where regulatory barriers are stripped away, paving the way for mainstream adoption of this digital asset. That's the world we're stepping into with the approval of the Bitcoin Spot ETF. And the word spot is important. It means the fund must buy actual Bitcoin compared to futures ETFs that do not. Great, but why does an ETF pave the way? Well, let's break it down. ETFs are, of course, exchange-traded funds and are popular investment vehicles on stock exchanges for their passive, auto-managed investment style and low fees. So, before a Bitcoin Spot ETF is created, you can only buy actual Bitcoin through unregulated or non-traditional crypto exchanges and a few proxy pathways. This leaves just two options for custody. One, leaving the Bitcoin on the crypto exchange and risking the company mismanaging it or going out of business, or two, taking full custody ownership of the Bitcoin, which presents its own set of risks. This includes losing the keys to the Bitcoin, and it requires a higher level of technical knowledge, which can be a barrier for many. Enter the Bitcoin Spot ETF. It fills this gap, providing a much-needed third option for all investors. It offers an easier, more accountable, and regulated way to invest in Bitcoin, especially fund managers, who up to this point were not allowed to invest in Bitcoin. That is about to change, making this new gateway to buy Bitcoin, the ETF, a big deal. That's right. But before we dive deeper, a reminder to hit that subscribe button and stay updated with our researched, relevant, and informative videos about the crypto world. Okay, let's expand on who these big players are and how they will change the future of Bitcoin investment forever. So as we stand on the cusp of Bitcoin's mainstream adoption, it's crucial to understand the role of institutional investors. These are the hedge funds, pension funds, and multinational corporations that manage large amounts of money. Their entry into the Bitcoin market is destined to bridge the gap between the traditional financial world and the new frontier of digital assets. Imagine a world where your pension fund has a small percentage invested in Bitcoin, providing a hedge against inflation and potential for significant returns. With the Bitcoin Spot ETF, this world is no longer a distant dream, but an impending reality. Now, the game-changing moment. Once the first approval goes live in the USA, the biggest market in the world, the Bitcoin Spot ETF is poised to bring a seismic shift to the crypto landscape, as it will finally allow these big money institutions to add Bitcoin to their investments, giving them a shot at the alpha gains they've been desperately seeking in a market where traditional assets are increasingly failing to deliver. Imagine the impact on the Bitcoin price when their huge money flows are finally allowed to enter the crypto space. The biggest fund managers in the world have been jostling to see which one of them would get their spot ETF approved first. The pressure on this financial dam is set to burst, as these fund managers are chomping at the bit to deploy their excess funds into this limited digital asset called Bitcoin. That's huge. But the most fascinating part? Many people might not even realize they will have a piece of this digital pie in their pension fund or investment portfolio. Much like they may not know what their current investment portfolio breakdown is. Fund managers will simply insert, say, 1 to 5% in particular portfolios to improve returns, diversify further, and reduce volatility. This is because, besides the alpha gains, they also see Bitcoin as a new asset class, allowing them to diversify their clients' portfolios beyond current limits, while also avoiding the volatile nature of crypto by allocating a certain small percentage. Now, you may be wondering, how will this work and filter through to ordinary investors? Enter Aladdin. No, not the charming street rat from the Arabian Nights, but Aladdin Wealth, a system used by approximately 55,000 investment professionals globally. With the approval of the Bitcoin ETF going live, Bitcoin would instantly become available to these financial advisors and their clients, empowering them to finally talk about Bitcoin to their clients as the ETF brings Bitcoin into their existing advice models and investment systems, ushering in a new era where the digital and physical worlds merge. So, let's review. In a nutshell, the Bitcoin Spot ETF approval allows the biggest fund managers in the world to create a dedicated Bitcoin Spot ETF. They will insert a small percentage of this ETF into many of their other funds, including pension funds and other broad-based ETFs. At the same time, financial advisors through Aladdin Wealth will get access to the new Bitcoin ETF for their many thousands of investor clients too. That's the big money. But don't forget the independent retail investor, you and me, who may want to invest directly into a Bitcoin ETF themselves. Of course, this will be available through existing places where we buy stocks and shares, like local or online stock brokerage firms or their various phone apps. So, all these doors are opened from just one event, the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. It may not flow in all at once, but even a tiny 0.2% of fund manager allocation is billions of dollars. All this paints an extremely promising picture for Bitcoin's future, and those who have a piece of this rare digital asset. Now that doesn't always mean the price goes up in the short term. The Bitcoin price can be quite volatile up and down. In the long run, it has proven to be a good store of value for those who can hang on. It's a wild, exciting ride on the crypto coaster, and it seems we're only just buckling in. So whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or a curious onlooker, it may pay handsomely to keep an eye on these developments. And that's a wrap for our deep dive into Bitcoin ETF approval, a game changer for financial freedom. We truly hope you found this journey informative and enlightening. Our commitment is to bring you real, relevant crypto news in a digestible format. As always, if you enjoyed this content, remember to hit that subscribe button. So until our paths cross again in another enlightening journey, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the future. Bye for now, and comment below with your thoughts and reaction to this information.